Pisces, welcome into your general monthly reading for the month of April 2025. You'll see in some of the pre-pulled cards in just a hot second, but I'm feeling within your energy that this is going to be an ultra peaceful, very tranquil time for you, where you might find yourself at certain points a bit, if not fully disconnected from this and that within your life, and that helping you protect and create more inner peace for you. But it may as well be, certain moments where you have to be connected to this and that, or you just choose to be, even if that's a partial connecting kind of energy and way of being. And even this feels to be supporting your inner peace because you're not letting things get the best of you like you once did, and you're not, overdoing it where you maybe feel you have to at certain points, or you're just not overdoing it at other points because you truly intuitively and experience wise feel that's not the right choice to overdo it, if that makes sense. But we're beginning naturally with the inner peace card. And so you will find that April is a time where this inner peace of yours takes top priority. All right. I know I have my obligations, my responsibilities, and the other aspects of my day-to-day life and way of living that do need to be up there on the list. But then they're saying maybe it's because recently your inner peace, I feel like that was purposeful, was compromised or minimalized, affected negatively, maybe prevented somehow. And so it feels, and maybe you've just had a lot on your plate, you know what I mean? And that can affect things in a non-peaceful direction. And so it just feels like this is naturally going to be one of your, if not your main priority. But we're moving on to another beautiful card, the Delight card, and they really felt like they were pairing together when I pre-pulled them. But there's certain delights throughout this month period that feel maybe enlightening, special, important, very spiritually connected. And in a sense, if you think about moments throughout the month along the way when, say, you see the birds out and about flapping their wings, chirping, you see a sunrise or a sun down kind of moment, or you just are experiencing something else very, let's say, pleasurable or just delightful otherwise, maybe even fills you up with joy and hope. They're wanting you to understand that this is how people are perceiving in your energy, maybe what you're putting out there into the universe, somehow creating and developing, accomplishing. There's something about you being a gift to others. And the month of April reminds you of this. But it also feels like there's kind of this energy about you where I just have to keep on swimming. I don't know why you feel that at certain points. Maybe it's how you were raised, how you were taught, how you simply feel in the moment otherwise. But as I'm being drawn to the koi fish here, they're saying just because you feel like you should or have to keep on swimming, and it may be by chance an accurate feeling or realization or remembrance moment, but they're saying just because that may be the case, or you choose for that to be the case, a way about going about things, doesn't mean you lack that balanced way of being. You know what I'm saying? Because if I remember correctly, the koi fish being a very cliche tattoo that people get does somehow speak upon balance. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just how it's coming through for me, for you. But we're moving on to the Four of Cups. So in the midst of this peaceful period where you're being very protective in regards to your energy, in regards to, again, your inner peace and just your health, maybe even, you're really at certain points, to be completely real with you, simply not in the mood. And that's just reality. That's just you being a human, a soul, somebody who's very realistic and relatable at this time. And so when you're not in the mood, you may still have to, do this or that. And so, knowing yourself best, being very intuitive and strategic, do something to kind of shake it off, or just to get a little bit more into the mood at the very least, or just to brighten your perspective a bit maybe. But then there are also going to be certain moments where it's almost as if your chill nature, your even detached way of being is helping you manifest at this time and draw in a lot, including opportunities. And so Pisces, this will be a month where they're reminding you very clearly to feel things out, to trust your instincts, your intuition more than ever, where at certain points they may be heightened a bit by spirit. And so this really pushes you to remember that just because you're able to very efficiently and easily draw in and create these opportunities of different kinds, in no way, shape, or form does it mean that each and every opportunity is going to suit you, serve you well, benefit you, be the right choice. And so they're asking you, again, to feel it out, to trust what you've maybe already learned in the recent past in regards to something similar or that same opportunity. And this goes for even people to associate yourself with, all right? But yeah, the Ace of Cups to move right along. All right, actually the Page of Swords, first and foremost, because this is going to be a month where you're gaining knowledge of important messages to be utilized to your advantage. Sorry, this isn't because of your energy as I'm losing my breath a bit. It's definitely the heftiness of my spirituality. But I do feel as if you're going to be receiving messages from spirit, from other people. It could still be spirit, right? Indirectly. And I just feel like there's going to be times when you want to maybe ignore a sign of truth, of reality, in regards to maybe something that needs to be put to rest in the future, or it could be in regards to what you're maybe needing to turn down or ignore as far as an intuitive choice goes for that opportunity. It could be in regards to something that you need to give up otherwise, say habitually, or something of the sort, maybe routine oriented. And it just feels like you're going to be needing to remember that these messages coming through are to assist you, not to burden you, not to make you question things to an extent, but you get the point. So it's up to you to take in these messages, believe them when they're actually true, because there may be a couple levels of communication here and there that is maybe to toy with you or not to be assisting. Anyways, again, trust your intuition and what you feel, as the majority of the messages coming through are to assist you. And so then, pick and choose, adjust, adapt, hold back, as you should. But you may as well find that you're given a chance or two where you're really meant to actually assist somebody. And so it may be a message or two that you receive from spirit, or it could be a feeling of importance that you receive otherwise, something that maybe someone else doesn't see or foresee, feel out correctly, and then you swoop in to assist them somehow. But the Ace of Cups, because pearls of wisdom to be gifted, to be stumbled upon, to be discovered, to be created, and to be expressed at this time more than ever. But I feel as if you're almost seeing, in a sense, this peaceful gateway opening for you. I was kind of getting that from, the shells opening. And it's just almost as if the light starts shining more than ever. And, you walk through, say, by choice, by intuitive choice, and all of these positive things start to change and come to be for you. And so it almost feels like, in a way, April is representing this time period for you. Even if you may not feel, you still feel this inner, this inner peace and this delight and all these positives coming to be for you throughout the month. But it may feel about a week in or about 2 weeks in before you actually feel like this gateway of light and opportunity and positivity starts to actually open for you to again walk through. But the Seven of Cups, because I'm not surprised to hear the message that you have a lot going on, that you have a lot in your mind, a lot of choices. So they're saying just as much as you're being restrictive and selective, discerning in regards to protecting your inner peace here and there, especially when it comes to outside factors, it also goes for inner factors and whatnot. If you're an overthinker or somebody who can, overly focus on this or that, regardless of whether it's past, current day, or future related, and then that potentially strips away your inner peace. They're saying, put up those borders or those boundaries, better put, with yourself, okay? You will thank yourself in the end. But there's also somewhat of a magical vibe in the air at certain points throughout the month, as I was getting this from what looks to be a magician kind of magic wand there. And so it feels like there's magic being created, developed, flowing in your energy field outside of you, but also due to you in that sense and otherwise. And so you're a magical creator. But as we get ready to wrap up your reading, I saw this as the Ten of Cups. And it's interesting because that card was in this placement on the board before I switched it out. So there could be a focus on your bright future, on happily ever afters, or one in particular. but I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, also a focus on you having it all. But the Three of Pentacles, as I'm being drawn to this, it's kind of shaped like a heart. It's how I saw it. So the month of April really is highlighting love and appreciation and even self-love all the meanwhile. But Pisces, people are paying close attention to you throughout the month because of your ultra peaceful way of being. Maybe again because you're disconnected at certain points, because they maybe sense, realize, or find an increase in the awareness of the fact that you're meant to go quite far in this lifetime. You're meant to go the distance. And so they may be scared of losing you, or scared of, you leaving them behind or leaving that situation behind. But it feels like you need to remember, as I see the Eight of Cups, that doing what's right for you is always the right choice. But I wouldn't be surprised if eyes are appealed upon you throughout this month, as again, they're saying your inner peace and the delights of your day-to-day life are taking a true focus. All right, they're taking priority number one. So those are your messages for April. I hope they were truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. Take care.